you know what it's going to take to get these buyers off the fence? A year-over-year price increase.
Yeah.
Once we start seeing a couple of those, that will be that. You've heard right now, like it's car layoffs, car shut down, car this, car that. And you know what he told me? They're bringing back overtime in September. So that's the stuff people aren't talking about.
That is great news.
I look at it and I'm like, 20 grand, I can get all this done.
Yeah.
The buyer comes in and looks at it and it's like,
100 grand.
100 grand it's going to need. And that's why I always tell people, if there's small fixes, make them happen.
Okay, so the July...
Why do you get to start?
Oh, sorry.
Just go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so the July stats...
Leave that in.
Yeah. He will. The July stats are in.
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
Oh, so we turned.
It's positive news, right?
It is positive. We did turn a small corner, and the small corner was that sales were up, and I mean it was bound to happen.
Year over year, month over month.
Year over year.
So that's
year
good.
Over year. Year over year, we had more sales this July than last July. Last July wasn't the greatest thing to measure by, but it's still positive because we have had declining months. Year over year.
So scary.
All along.
But it's so good to see some sort of positive momentum, right?
Some positive momentum is good. And a lot of it is because people are finally realizing this is the market. This is what your home is worth. And if you'd like to price it here, we can sell it for you. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, buyers are really watching the market like hawks because they see prices dropping. And when buyers see prices dropping, they favor things. They go back and keep checking them. I do the same thing on Amazon when I want to buy something. It's no different than any other market. When you want something, you want a deal, and you'll just keep going back. And sooner or later, the stars will align and you will get your deal. But I mean, not always.
So 2024, you remember us, sitting here and we were saying, we missed the spring market. Is it going to get pushed to the summer? It didn't.
No, but it did get pushed to the fall.
It did get pushed to the fall. We had a little bump in the fall. So 2024 fall was like, okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
The summer wasn't. So seeing year over year sales increase July to July is good.
It is positive.
It's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the fall.
I have said since the beginning of this year, after the tariff announcements came in, so January and February, we were rocking. It was good times because that was what this year should have looked like. Yep. But then all the tariff paranoia came in. And right away. And we didn't know what we were heading into. And the market stalled out. Mm-hmm. And the market has stalled out since then because we still really don't have a deal of any sort.
No.
But I mean, that part's died down now because people are just tired of talking about it. What I do see happening is that this year will be backloaded. I've been saying it since like February, March. This will be a backloaded year. You will see more sales done in the fall and the winter than you've seen all year long.
I mean, I hope so because again, we had that like busier 2024 fall. So if we see year over year sales increase again, that means that things are really getting more positive. They're not great. I'm not lying to anybody. They're not great.
Do you know what it's going to take to get these buyers off the fence? A year over year price increase.
Yeah.
Once we start seeing a couple of those, that will be that.
So we're at your event. We're listening to Ben.
Yep.
And he's talking about the economy as he does.
Yep. Predictions
and everything. A lot of the numbers he was chatting about were sales activity numbers. We're going to see sales activity rise. We're going to see sales activity rise.
And that's where people get confused because they hear it on the news.
Right.
We see the numbers are up is what they say.
This is it. This is exactly what I'm saying. So I asked the question, you remember, I said, Ben, great info. Thank you. Sales activity. And he smiled and he said, you're going to ask me when prices are going up.
Right.
So his answer won't shock anybody. And it's going to be the same answer that we give. Sales activity needs to increase to the point where it's consistently up.
Correct.
Things are selling. You're seeing sold signs and inventory shrinks.
Right.
Until somebody doesn't have the choice. I mean, if somebody wanted a townhouse in Barrie right now.
Lots of choice.
Oh my gosh. 50, 60 homes, like whatever it is. We sat here in 2022, early 2022. There wasn't one. Not one. I remember sitting here with you and I said, if I have a townhouse to sell right now, you're like, give it to me. Give it to me. I'll sell it for you in minutes. Yep. It doesn't happen anymore. So it needs to be sales activity first.
Yep.
And then sales price increase later.
And then once you see the prices go up, the buyers will realize that the bottom's been hit, and that's when they jump in.
And we're still not seeing prices increasing yet. Are we seeing them go down? In fact,
I think just basing it off, and I'm not basing it off any numbers.
Yeah, no stats.
Se. I'm basing it off what I see, and we're pretty good example of the market. And what I see, I have seen more price drops this summer, and people finally coming to terms with the fact that this is not going to be as easily solved. And I think that's more it. And what if a seller were to ask me last year and say, well, I'm going to wait till next year. I'm not going to be the one to say don't.
Yeah.
I don't know did I see all this tariff problems coming? No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Even though he talked about it till he was blue in the face, I never thought he'd go through with it. Nobody did. And that's the problem. Our market is very reactive to what's real-time news, and that's a problem.
It is completely reactive to it. And we've talked about this, I think, in the last podcast maybe, but like I can't ever remember a time before where somebody just talks about something and it sends a ripple. Usually it's like, hey, this was brought into effect. New mortgage rules, for example, stress test, boom, something comes into effect. It ripples the market. All he has to do is just tweet about something.
I know.
Put something on X.
And then we're done.
And then it just ripples out from there,
I know. But I did hear one thing. So if people want some comfort, I will tell you. I was speaking, I don't even remember who it was, but they work at Honda. And you've heard right now, like it's car layoffs, car shut down, car this, car that. And you know what he told me? They're bringing back overtime in September. So that's the stuff people aren't talking about.
That is great news.
You know, like Honda is bringing back overtime in September.
Yeah.
And why can't we talk about that? That's a reflection of our market. So if things can't help but actually come together in the fall, and I'm not saying the prices are going to rise in the fall. What I am telling you is I do believe there'll be more activity than what we've seen over the past couple of months.
So let me ask you this. If your busiest month as a team, I won't get you to say exact numbers, but let's just say is 10 deals. I know it's way more than that. Is 10. How many would be this month? Is it 7? Is it 8? Is it 6? Like your busiest full capacity month of 2021 or 2 was 10. Are you 60% there? Are you 70% there?
We're 70.
Yeah. That's, we're like, so in August of 2025, we'll have our our busiest month since June of 22.
Yeah. It's
Isn't that wild?
Because prices took a 30% haircut. Activity took a 30% haircut. Yeah. Everything took a 30% haircut.
Yeah.
That's just how it was.
So what's interesting, like I hate telling people that we're busy. I hate it. When people say, how are things? I say, good. The reality is we're really busy right now. But the reason I hate telling people we're really busy is because people say, well, like it's either very good or very bad in their mind. Lots of people are buying homes and they're shocked. They're like, really? People are buying right now? They forget that there's a lot of renewals. There's a lot of refinances. There's purchases. But
there's also a lot of people buying homes.
There's a lot of people buying homes,
and
Peggy.
I want people to realize that this is not a stalled out market.
This is what I'm saying.
Because I worked in a stalled out market once for 3 months, nearly lost my mind. So in 2008, the market stalled out. And that was a true stall out. It was like the tap. You turn it on, shut it off.
Yeah.
I remember this like nobody's business.
Sitting on Collier Street in 2008.
Sitting at the office and somebody paged me from downstairs and said, oh, there's an offer here for you. And it's like, another offer. I was tired. It was offer after offer. And we went from that to the week after where I did nothing. I did nothing for months. For months we didn't. I remember getting an offer months after this happened and driving over to my client's house with a bottle of champagne and saying, we are going to figure out how to do this.
Yeah.
That's how it went.
So
that's a dead market.
So in 2008, I was in the business for like a year and a bit, sort of thing. Okay. I was very busy. Do you know why?
Because you didn't know any better.
I was 28 years old.
You didn't know any better.
My clients were first-time homebuyers.
Yeah.
And a lot of my clients right now, which is part of the reason why we're busy,
are first-time homebuyers. I know. That's what
So if you don't have a house to sell right now,
you're laughing.
Let me tell you, you could get a great deal.
The world's your oyster, man.
That's okay. So let's talk about the market. Okay. So I have a South Barrie bungalow. I don't actually, but let's just say I did. A South Barrie bungalow, 2-car garage.
Yep.
I want to list it for $900,000.
Good for you. Wow.
What do you think I need to list it for? Generally.
Not $899, not $849, not $799, maybe $749. Wow. But if you want it, like if you want to move it, you're going to list it $699.
It's $7. It
7.
Has a 6.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah. And you can't help but feel for people because these are the same homes that we're selling for $1 million.
Oh yeah. First View bungalow, South End.
2 stories, 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah.
Like, not happening. You can buy 2,700 square feet right now with a 3-car garage, and it's $899
in Barrie.
In Barrie, triple.
Jeez.
Not even a double.
Yeah,
I'll give you a triple.
Yeah,
and I'll raise you.
Yeah. Oh, so there's opportunity.
There is opportunity.
We're seeing. So what I like seeing about that is we're seeing first-time homebuyers buying homes that they could never even dreamed about buying before.
And the more the prices come down, and the more the rates come down, it's just going to create a perfect segue for this market to finally turn around.
These really patient buyers. They're actually referred by your team. They came to your first-time homebuyer seminar. We're working with them with one of your agents, and they were like, this is exactly what we want. And we qualify up here, but we want to spend down here. It was like in the 7s sort of thing. Patient, lots of homes, lots of viewings. Let me tell you, when they finally found the home that they nailed down, low 7s, 2 stories.
Exactly what they wanted.
2,400 square feet, double car garage, huge backyard, really great street, like well-known great street in a corner of it, like perfect. And I thought, good for them. 3 years ago, there's no chance that in that budget, they would have been touching something detached in the city of Barrie.
2 years ago, you wouldn't have been touching it.
Yeah.
I am telling you that the prices that I'm seeing right now, I haven't seen in a long while.
Yeah.
And they are here to stay for a little while at least until rates come down a lot more, because that's the only thing that changes this routine, right?
So that's a good segue into rates. Let's talk about mortgages.
Okay.
We're busy.
Yeah.
We have one particular bank. So I've told you before, like all of our business is written with banks right now.
Yep.
It's actually been great in a lot of ways, because a client will call me and say, you're a mortgage broker. I've been working with my bank. What kind of deal can you get me? And I'll say, are you happy with your bank? Well, not really. Okay, great. Because the banks own all of the market share right now. Scotia TD, BMO, Manulife Bank, RBC, CIBC. They all own all of the market share right now. You don't like your bank? It's like switching cell phone providers right now. They'll give you this for free and that interest rate and all these incentives and everything else. Come on over. It literally sometimes feels that way. So
because, like you said, the banks, it's not even just about market share. It's about the fact that once you get a client, you do a good job for them, you can keep them after that first renewal.
It's acquisition and then it's attrition. So what do I grow this by?
Right.
And what do I stop losing this by?
So tell us, Nick, what's the best deal I can get right now?
So one bank just came out this week.
Yeah.
We're going into the end of the fiscal year for the banks.
Yep.
You know what that means?
Yep.
They want to hit their numbers, right?
Yep.
So first-time homebuyers, so less than 20% down, insured mortgages, 3-year fixed rate, 3.69%. Maybe.
Guess they haven't hit their numbers.
We'll bleep it out, okay?
Okay.
And conventional deal, so 20% down, 3-year fixed rate, 3.99.
See, we are below 4.
It's the first time that both of those rates published
have been below 4. Yeah, that's incredible.
Remember, I was always saying we're like towing the line with 4% all the time.
And that's why I say this fall will be busy.
Case
closed.
So that promotion goes until September 30th. Okay. Why? End of the fiscal year.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen on October 1st?
It depends.
Right.
It depends.
Yes.
Because if we get rate cuts in the States,
Yeah.
then the bond market falls. And if the bond market continues to fall there, it falls here, then our 5 year is going to drop.
So isn't it funny how we look at, the cuts are favored to either happen or not happen?
Yes.
The Fed has been favored to not cut by economists for forever now, it feels like.
Yep.
But so much so that when I look it up, it's like 99.8% not in favor of a cut. Now
it's the other way around.
It's like last time I checked, it was 94% in favor of a cut.
Yeah. They're cutting.
Yeah, and if they cut, what do you think that means for September for the Bank of Canada?
Well, it just
because we've already cut.
We have cut, and it just really just buys some breathing room.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it all depends on the forecast they come out with. Because if they cut and then they start talking about further cuts, then the bond market will come down, which then our bond market will come down. And I don't even care what the Bank of Canada does, because this is the part that people don't understand.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the Bank of Canada cuts rates. No. It only matters what the bond market says. And the bond market will reflect what the banks are going to do. So if you are looking at the Fed, and the Fed is cutting, and he says there's going to be 1 or 2 more cuts this year, you can count on the bond market dropping. You can count on our rates dropping.
And the bond market is forward looking as well. So like if the bond market, we're already at 3.69, which is like not the norm. It's published.
It's beautiful.
But if it goes down 30 basis points, you can expect something around the mid threes.
Baby.
Yeah. And as soon as those insured buyers, those first time home buyers, can get in and around 3.5%, and these deals exist, 2-bedroom townhouse, let's say like Cheltenham, that whole area, 2-bedroom center unit townhouse, like they were over 7 3 years ago. Are they in the 5s now?
Some of them are close to 8, Nick.
Crazy. And are they in the 5s now?
Yes.
So in the 5s, rate somewhere around 3.5%. If we hopefully land there, you'll be like $2,500 a month for that house.
Cheaper to buy than to rent.
And here we are
back in business.
Right,
baby.
Right, exactly. So I just want to talk about like misconceptions maybe and misunderstandings when it comes to home prices. If there's a home listed for sale for $700,000 and it needs work, I still think that buyers come into that home and think it's listed at 7, but it needs work. I'm going to offer 6. Not thinking it's worth 8 and we've priced it at 7 because it needs work.
So as a realtor, when I go in a home and I see that it needs work, I'm going to price that into it. The problem is my understanding of what that work's going to cost and the buyer's understanding. So I look at it and I'm like, 20 grand, I can get all this done.
Yeah.
The buyer comes in and looks at it and it's like,
100 grand.
100 grand it's going to need. And that's why I always tell people, if there's small fixes, make them happen.
Yeah.
Because a buyer will triple their idea of what cost will be.
Yeah.
Plus they have to do it.
But generally, if they see a home that needs work, they're going to try and come under asking price.
Yeah. But you know what, Nick? More than anything is when they see something hit the market. And so if you have a home and you hit the market and 2 days later I see it and I want it, do you think I'm going to get a deal on that house? I don't care if the flooring is scratched. I don't care if the windows are broke. I don't care. It really does depend on how long this thing's been kicking around.
Okay. So
and days on market do matter.
Yeah.
They do matter, but the problem is they're not tracked. So as a responsible realtor, I have sellers. I will cancel their listing all the time and relist it.
Yeah.
And somebody has to go to a lot of trouble to find out that that's a canceled list and do up the numbers. And the Toronto Real Estate Board does not track continuous days on market.
If it's canceled, relisted, canceled, relist, cancel, relist.
They don't track it.
Yeah.
They don't track it. You can hit the history button and do the math yourself, but a lot of people don't go to that trouble.
Yeah.
And depending on what buyer has hit the market at this time, it may be new to them. But generally speaking, if I have a home and it's only been on the market for a week, I am not getting a deal. And I don't care what condition it's in.
So that's what I was wondering. That's what I was leading up to. So so you confirm this. So if a home is not priced right, you're going to see a huge gap in between list price and sale price.
Yeah.
I suspect if a home is priced right in this market, bungalow, South End, 2-car garage, $699. If it's priced right, I bet you the sale to list ratio is high. Yeah. 95,
right
98%.
It could be 102.
Yeah. Because it's priced right.
It's priced right. But here's what happens. And this has been happening a lot to people. So we tell them a price and they want to try a few percent above what we tell them. We actually need to be a few percent below that because that's the only way I'm going to get eyes on your listing is if it actually looks like it's attractive. And the way to make your home look attractive is to price it 3 to 5% below market.